So, as promised, I decided to do two book reviews real quick. I just finished this book, Lisa Jackson. I think it's backwards though, like when I put it up on YouTube, it's backwards. But it's Lisa Jackson with Nancy Bush called Wicked Game. I'm usually not into these type of books. I bought it at Walmart, so I was kind of like iffy about it. But let me tell you, it was so good. It's about a girl named Becca who she's been haunted for years by the death of her one of her friends named Jessie, and so all of a sudden all of her friends are actually being killed off by some sort of malicious force. But it's definitely a page turner. I finished it within probably like a week because I ride BART like 3 times a week for an hour both ways. So it's definitely a quick read. There's a few little steamy love scenes. Wow. But it leaves you wondering what's going to happen, which is something I really, really enjoy. Like I said, not something I usually read. I'm kind of more into, like, I don't know, not like, manufactured, like, pump out bajillions of copies of them and buy them at Walmart. I usually get all my books at, like, Barnes & Noble or something, I don't know. But it's probably about 400 pages. But like I said, I recommend it. Yeah, I really liked it, for sure. Plus, it takes place like up in like Portland area, so that was kind of interesting to hear how these two authors portrayed like Portland, Oregon, and Washington, and all that other stuff. That was really cool. So before I read that book, I read this book, which my mother is reading. Alice Sebold actually wrote Lovely Bones, which is like one of my all-time favorite books ever. This one's called The Almost Moon. It's about a girl named Helen Knightley who actually ends up committing one of the most interesting crimes ever. This whole book takes place in one day. It shows the relationship between a mother and daughter, and then two best friends too. So it's definitely unexpected. It makes you think. It's definitely not something you want to read if somebody just like died in your family, but it's definitely one of those ones that makes you think, and to even prove that it makes you think, it's got a reading group guide in the back with questions and stuff like that, and an interview with Alice Sebold. So definitely, if you loved Lovely Bones like I did, then you'll most likely really like this. Her writing style is so much different than, let's say, Lisa Jackson, who's more like, just get the point across, blah, blah, blah. This one's like, makes you really think, and it's actually really sad. Same with if anybody's read Memory Keeper's Daughter. That one makes you think as well about the relationship between children and their parents and stuff like that, which is what I like. I like to read stuff that is different. So I'll be reviewing, I'm reading Stolen Innocence right now. I'm almost done with it, actually. It's about, it's actually a true story of Alyssa Wall, who was in the polygamous camp in Utah, the fundamentalist Mormon, which is like the extreme. She became a teenage bride, was forced to marry at 14, popped out a kid, and how she escaped Warren Jeffs. So definitely look out for that coming up here pretty soon. But I just wanted to give you a heads up. Again, it's The Almost Moon by Alice Sebold. I got that one at Borders for $14.99. Kind of expensive book, Jesus. And then Wicked Game by Lisa Jackson, which was about $6. So definitely check them out, and if you have read them, let me know what you think. And if there's any books that you think I should read, send me a comment or something like that, and I will read them and do a review. Alright, thanks. See you later.